We've got food. We've got half a day. See if we can get any closer to the library. I didn't realize I was that close to losing that weapon. I don't think I have a backup. I think I can just sneak by here. Oof. Little zombies fall in the pool. Beginning to think maybe the thing to do is go back home for a little while. Where did all of you come from? Wow. That's an absolute swarm. Home sweet home. Alright, welcome back to Echo Creek Holler, wherein Bill Huffman is currently just outside of Ekron, trying to gain access to the community college. Today's adventure is going to be all about trying to get to the gas station instead. I think I'm going to try going up through the fields on foot to see if I can sneak in and obtain some food, as we're getting a little bit low. We'll take some food up with us in the hopes we don't have to turn around and come back for lunch. In fact, some high-density food is entirely the right call here. Alright, let's see how far we get. I certainly have laid out quite a bit of the town in this field and in the street. There's been an update. I think the last episode was played using that update, and I think that explains the constant whiffing I was doing. It turns out in the update it's possible to attack just targeting like the fingertips of a zombie. But when you hit them, it knocks them back slightly, and that takes them out of your targeting range. So if you swing again too soon, you're swinging at nothing. Changes the rhythm a little bit, but I think we can deal with it. Well, so far so good. Everyone's nice and spread out. The downside to having snuck up here without a vehicle, we're not aggroing as many, but we don't have a quick way of getting away. So I'm just going to have to be a little more careful about balancing. I think because of the carry limit, I'm going to plan to leave a garbage bag here and put most of the heavier foods, like the sodas, into it. Then we'll come by with the car and pick it up quickly. Unfortunately, it looks like this haul is almost entirely soda. Well, it's not quite the haul I was hoping for, but it should keep us going for another couple of days. I think it might be possible to get some running practice on the way back, as long as I'm not taking damage from being overweight. Bill, I thought you were wearing a dust mask. You took it off to eat and you didn't put it back on. And you didn't even finish eating what I told you to eat. I see. If you're interrupted while eating, you won't put your mask back on. Oh, I was hoping putting things inside bags, inside the trunk, would reduce how much space they took up, but it doesn't seem to. We've got food. We've got half a day. Let's see if we can get any closer to the library or the post office. I'll take either of them at this point. I was hoping it would be a little more clear, that I wouldn't have to use the truck to move around. I'll go back and get it. It is burning more gas to do it that way, but it does make it easier to kite large numbers of zombies longer without getting exhausted. I think I might finally have access. Just to be sure, I'm going to come around the other entrance. I think that one might be less dark as well. Oh, we've got a lot on the street here. I didn't realize I was that close to losing that weapon. I don't think I have a backup. Now we have axes we can fall back on. And we can fight with the claw hammer. Perhaps there's a metal pipe or something in one of these houses that I overlooked previously. Or perhaps I can cut down a tree and make a cudgel or mace or something. I need that hatchet though. Really can't do better than carving a steak. Let's see what that gets us for skill at least. Yeah, I don't think in the field skilling up is going to be a viable option here. Maybe planks will get us somewhere. I can switch to just fighting with this axe, but as you can see, we have far fewer skill levels in axe compared to long blunt. A baseball bat would be ideal. Maybe this is the time to figure out how the repair system works. No way of repairing a crowbar. There was a lacrosse stick up by the gas station, but I don't think that's going to last very long. It's repairable, but I don't think it's going to be worth the effort. I think that means our assault on the community college is done, and we need to scout out some other places to see if we can find a replacement weapon, but that has to be somewhere a little safer. I do like axes, especially because you can have one- and two-handed versions, and they both train the same skill, but it would take me a while to get it up to a level where I'm comfortable taking 5 zombies. Well, good morning, Ekron. Today I'm going to have to go back to scavenging and scrounging in outlying houses. I could just go through all of these again in the hopes of finding something I overlooked, but if I have to search for weapons, I might as well do it in houses I haven't set foot in yet, just to also find other things, particularly food. Looks like some zombies are finally starting to rot. Well, at least we can siphon some gas from this trip. Did I already empty it? That was barely any. I think I can just sneak by here without having to move the ambulance. Oof, perhaps not. Wonder if the key on that zombie will open up the barn. I think I found some epoxy. Maybe I can fix a crowbar that way. Huh, well, that's annoying. Can in fact fight with planks, and they count as long blunt, but I don't think they'd survive more than a couple of zombies each, and they're pretty heavy for that. Make sure to have at least a bottle with us so that we can detect if there's gas to come back for. Zombies fall in the pool? No, they're smarter than that. Our lack of skill with the axe is also going to cause additional pain. That might work. Looks long, but it's also one-handed. I don't know, this doesn't bode well. Yep, we're getting overrun. It is time to go. Take a minute in the car, see if our muscle strain goes away. I guess this would be a good time to take apart some watches to waste some time. Well, there's some epoxy to go with the fiberglass. Huh. Disassemble a lot of music gear, I guess. I think I thinned out that crowd quite a bit. Maybe those count as long blunt. They're in perfect shape, but I don't know how long they'll actually last used that way. Well, we always have the hand axe to fall back on if they break. That is a book I didn't have. Well, they're not that bad. And we're exhausted, so let's lead this guy a long way away. Deal with him over here. Well, the bolt cutters took no damage in all of that fighting, so maybe they really are beefy enough to stand in for a crowbar. They don't do anywhere near as much damage. Half a tank of gas left. That's getting a little bit dire. Guess we also have a backup for when the axe breaks. There was a second axe. I need quite a bit more maintenance before fixing with epoxy becomes a viable option. And it doesn't include the crowbar, just things with handles. Perhaps there is no way to fix a crowbar. Perhaps only metalworking. I don't see any repair options there. That just might be the trade-off with a crowbar. It does last a long time, but once it's broken, it is broken. I think today we spent, again, seeing just how far we can get into the community college. I suspect this is not counting as long blunt, given that I'm exhausted already. Oof. Well, that was a small crowd. I missed my baseball bat. I think that yelping sound is actually Bill, and not the zombie I'm hitting. Well, the bolt cutters have taken a little bit of damage, but I don't think it's that much more than any other weapon would have. So still feeling rather Sisyphean. I feel like it hasn't gotten any easier despite all of the dead here. Yep, those impacts did some additional damage, and now there's even less storage in the truck. Well, that should get those doors open, but I don't think it's worth trying to find my way in there right now. That one still seems to be stuck on furniture. Oh. Beginning to think maybe the thing to do is go back home for a little while, check on my crops, some of which probably have produced vegetables. Get my weight back up above 80, come back. I think that is probably the right move because I cannot eat enough here to maintain weight. Question is, do I leave today or tomorrow? I think there's enough time to drive home today. It's not actually that far. Well, we know this place is here. Perhaps if we come back in 2 weeks, all of the zombies will have rotted and it'll make driving around a little easier. What it doesn't get us is the ability to find more gasoline. That's my biggest worry. Without an additional source of gasoline, it's going to be hard to find electronics. But I think it's probably worth it. I'm also worried about the state of all of the animals in Echo Creek, especially the egg layers, which are a great source of protein. So I think at the very least I need to make sure they're fed and watered. Perhaps there is a gas station closer to home. Where did all of you come from? Wow, that's an absolute swarm. Perhaps I don't remember driving through them on the way up because they were more spread out. Probably worth seeing what's down that other road, given that it's not far from home. We still have, supposed to have a tank of gas. Looks like the pigs of this farm went out for a wander, but they're not dead. Home sweet Echo Creek, with its unavailable gas. I'm gonna go by the chicken farm. Well, they all look alive. What's in better shape now? The camo truck or my old truck? Oh yeah, my old truck is doing far better now. Yeah, looks like they are getting food and water somehow. They're probably eating from the ground. Don't know where they're getting water. Oh, I see. The entire farm counts as a single zone. I think the chickens are actually able to drink from anywhere on the farm when the chunk isn't loaded. Well, fresh eggs. Plenty of fresh eggs. That's probably enough eggs for a while. I'm not gonna switch trucks yet. I can beat this one up a little more before it is necessary. Home sweet home. Did none of the crops grow? Peppers died. Alright, a lot of things died. Even though everything else is fine. Well, I'd forgotten just how much food we have here. Perhaps we can just resupply and make another attempt. And now with a dire need to put on a lot of weight, I'm just going to be eating full stir fries for every meal for a little while. Bit of a disappointment having to relocate like that, but sometimes if it's too much, you have to step back and try again. After some item management and maybe trading vehicles yet again, perhaps another trip to Ekron in the future.